Henry Golding has taken the hearts of many in just a few weeks with the movie release of Crazy Rich Asians. Now most people would assume it's the character that he plays, but truly it's not. It is the person that he is when he's not on set. So if you want to learn from Henry's charismatic traits, stay here with me and I'll show you some examples. Now, first of all, let's talk about his looks. I know appearance is not the ultimate factor for being charismatic, but it certainly plays a role. He's well groomed and his outfit is always on point. As you noticed, most of the time he's wearing either a suit or a button-up shirt. He keeps his style business casual. Whenever he wears a t-shirt though, he keeps it simple, plain colored. He never wears t-shirts with graphics, and that way he will never be perceived as a man-child. This gives him a mature and grown-up look. He has a sense of fashion and knows exactly what size to buy that fits his body measurements. This one is really important. Wearing clothes that are too tightly or too loosely fitted make you look less attractive. So if you want to step up your game, do some research and make a decision on how you want to be perceived. Buy clothes and smash it. Henry is obviously an over-average looking guy, but looks only matter to some extent. Henry seems very down to earth and not arrogant at all.
This is your first talk show ever?
Ever. Like, this is insane.
Notice how humble he is when getting an invite from Jimmy Fallon.
Thank you so much for coming to the show. I appreciate this.
It's an honor. Holy moly. Like, I've literally dreamt about this moment my entire life. Jerry, what's it?
He starts off the conversation with, "I've been literally dreaming about this moment," implying that he looks up to Jimmy and his show. For Jimmy, this is the greatest compliment that you can get. It shows Henry's modesty and at the same time puts Jimmy in a good mood. I mean, who doesn't want to hear that what you do is what other people admire? And Henry compliments people all the time. When he tells the story on how he met the crew of Crazy Rich Asians, he mentions how humbled he was when meeting Constance Wu because he saw her on Fresh Off the Boat.
And then there's Constance Wu, who I've watched off Fresh Off the Boat, who's like a legend. I am so effing nervous. Like, I just had to release it.
And when you said that, I feel like that's when you won the part, because it was just so sweet.
Henry has the ability to endear people around him with his kindness. He truly appreciates his colleagues and at the same time making the viewers feel like he's just a guy like you and me, who happened to become famous all of a sudden. And that makes him so likable for us. Studies have shown that people with humor are perceived as more intelligent. Laughing releases stress and makes a person seem more sympathetic. Henry does this by smiling most of the time and cracking a few jokes here and there.
Put you in all the outfits, and I was just like, what do I do with my hands? I'm so awkward. I was just like, what do I do? And I was like, I'm definitely getting fired. This is my first and last week on any Hollywood set.
But he never makes jokes at anybody's expenses. Now, Henry's not a Kevin Hart or Jim Carrey when it comes to being witty, but he always keeps the interviews in a humorous state, which makes it enjoyable and pleasant to be around him. Henry doesn't take any pride for being a star now. He's not afraid to admit that he's a first-time actor and embraces the fact that he's a newbie in the movie business.
Henry, we actually spoke about this before, and you mentioned that this is your first ever acting gig, but you're on stage right now with some
with legends.
Huge titans.
They're amazing. Yeah.
So how was it? How was it working with these heavy hitters?
It's phenomenal. I mean, everybody really put themselves out there. And that goes from the cast, the crew. Everybody sort of lent on each other when they needed it the most, especially me being sort of a fish out of the water for the first sort of week or so. So it was an honor. And
his honesty and especially him being genuine makes him so likable. It feels authentic when he expresses his feelings and tells his stories. He openly admits being nervous all the time, which just shows how honest he is. But more importantly, he makes it seem very genuine when he does it.
I think it was just that family camaraderie. We're such a tight-knit group. Every single night we'd go out for dinner, we'd hang out, I'd show him around KL or Singapore, and we were all there together.
Henry's voice alone is charming and soothing. So I was wondering if that voice is natural or trained. I'm a very diligent researcher, so I looked up videos of him from 2011 in which he did some vlogs.
So it's Sunday morning, and I am heading over to Krabi.
I instantly noticed that his voice was very different from what it is now. He used to speak faster and in a higher pitched tonality.
Now, I decided on Friday I kind of needed a break, so I booked a ticket.
Now watch how his voice changed over the years.
I don't have any accommodation. I'm just going to rock up to Krabi. I'm making my way, hopefully, to PP.
If you are looking for the most luxurious stay here in Phuket, I might just have the answer for you. Cata rocks.
As you notice, his voice is a lot deeper and overall more soothing to listen to now.
Core of it, like Nick is a really well-traveled guy. He puts family and love first before family riches.
A deeper voice subconsciously creates a feeling of manliness, whether it is perceived by a woman or a man.
There's a few people who didn't use WhatsApp at sort of when we started filming, or now it's...
A strong, deep voice can make a man seem both more confident and dominant. A voice can make a huge difference in how you are being perceived, and Henry has mastered his voice and tonality perfectly. Let us summarize the 5 points that make Henry Golding so charming. First, Henry has a great sense of fashion and a clean appearance. Second, Henry genuinely speaks highly of others without exaggerating.
This is new, and she eased me in. She's like the ultimate professional.
Third, Henry's jokes create laughter without hurting anyone.
Like, so amazing. Like, my mom, I think she was more excited that I was working with Michelle than anything, because Michelle is like...
Fourth, Henry is always honest and genuine when he tells his stories.
Did your mom freak out when she saw the yearbook?
They weren't best pleased. They were like, what are you doing at school exactly?
Fifth, Henry developed a deep-sounding and soothing voice.
Imagine Jackie Chan as the billionaire dad.
Yeah, it would be brilliant.
So much fun. I love him.
Yeah.
Who would you?
If you like the breakdown of Henry Golding's charisma, please like and subscribe to this channel for more videos. Leave me some comments on what I should analyze next. See you guys then, and if not, I'm gonna be really mad.